Okay, here we go. Coming to you from America. Welcome to episode 8 of Informed Sessions, brought to you by Touchwater Productions, where we inform you of all the latest, greatest news, rumors, bullshit, and banter regarding the Premier League. We're here to bridge the gap, so sit back, enjoy the show, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and spread the good word to your fellow compatriots. All right, boys, what are we talking about? What are we saying? Where are we starting? We starting with Roth, as he's wearing a jersey. 3
We're
games
back.
in. He's
We're
back.
back.
He's back repping
We're
repping
back.
proud. Let's talk
We're
about
back.
it. How do you feel about match week 9?
I mean, it's just business, 3 games in a row. Um, Amarim did well. Proper subs, proper time. I would say the only downside, only negative I could find in the game after, watching the game, watching the replay a couple times. Minte had a beautiful run through basically the midfield and defense around like the 30th minute. That could have probably shifted the game a bit, but we held up. Great game, great composure. Not much more I could say, man. On to the next one. Nottingham
What about
Forest.
and Buemo starting to shine?
And Mbeumo
Those
starting to shine.
summer signings in
Bruno,
general start.
Bruno with the dummy. Like beautiful link up. I feel like everyone is kind of the vibes are coming along. Everything is proper now. But
Right.
so we'll see, man. We'll see one game at a time. They can't make any excuses. It is only 1 week in one game a week, I should say. So
I thought you guys were
uh,
getting those mid season games going on.
no. I mean nothing in stone yet. So let's not. Hopefully not, bro. I don't want that. That's all for money, but
You know,
that's all
you're
for
They
not
got
going.
pressure.
revenue.
Yeah, you're not going to the Middle East first. So.
I mean, if they invite me, come on, Riyadh seasons. I'm there. I'm there. Come on, shake out Turkey or whatever. But
I was looking at the games, and as luck would have it, if you guys win your next game, your fifth win, aka when that Man United guy shaves his head, would be against Spurs, man.
Spurs, baby,
That would be the most
beautiful
hilarious
story.
thing for them to
Huge.
stop
Beautiful
it.
story. We need to do a forfeit here. We need to do a forfeit here. Come on,
Yeah,
you
we
know.
should have
But
some
let's
type of
not talk
ongoing.
too much. Let's not juju the moment. Uh, let's go get Forest first, and then we move. I mean, I
New
predicted.
manager bounce, yo. That new manager bounce, Sean
I
Dyche.
mean,
He lost.
Welcome back to the league.
we'll see. I mean, they're losing. They're still losing. I know they won against. I forget who they won against. I think during
I think it was
Europa
the
League or
Europa
something.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
That
their league form is not that great. So we shall see.
true.
We shall see. Morgan Gibbs White. Maybe he'll come back, make a nice little appearance. I know United is right now in for one of their players. I think their midfielder. I forget the name, but
Elliot Anderson?
we'll see, man. We'll
Oh,
see.
that's
Yeah,
right.
Elliot Anderson. Yeah, there you go. There you go. For a summer move, but yeah, by the looks of it, I'm seeing Forest going down. They're gonna get relegated, bro. I think Forest, with Wolves, maybe even West Ham. I think that's gonna solidify the bottom three. But yeah, let's move
You
on to
see,
the next one.
Morgan Gibbs White had some pretty damning comments on the post match win on Ange.
Oh yeah, I mean they
I
were
don't know if Ange is
ecstatic,
going to get another
bro.
spot in like the top league until he.
Apparently, like the players and the fans had like a moment on the pitch after their like loss. Was it 2 games ago after their last Prem loss, where they were explaining, saying like heartfelt messages back and forth. I don't know what was said, but that goes to show like the club was in turmoil when big man Ange was around. So I don't know what you got to say about that, Marcus. That's your man's. You
Hey,
know.
you already know my feelings on that. I was happy to see them relegated, so I don't
He
care
did it
what he
on
did.
purpose, right? You're gonna say he did it
Yeah.
on purpose.
He's
Yeah.
so Tottenham, he did it on purpose, bro. That's my
He
dog.
did.
So it's proper
There
Spurs
we
mile.
go.
So I can't even hate. I just like I said last week. I'm just I didn't really want him to go right into the Premier League again, especially with a team that was I mean, and they weren't even struggling. It was just really beef with Marinakis and
Yeah,
Nuno.
it's crazy how all that went
Ty
just
getting
because he came on the
that got
pitch and
sacked.
yelled at Nuno and caused
Yeah,
this
last year.
entire just
Dude,
snowball effect, you know?
Yeah.
what,
Ever
what,
since
what a
that, it's
man child, man. Like, if you're a Forest fan, how do you not hate this owner?
And
Like,
they were
that's what
top
I'm saying,
four,
dude.
ego
Like,
over results.
I
It's
think.
yeah,
embarrassing, honestly.
Well, was he? Did he have them in the
pride over
championship?
pride always cometh before the fall.
When did
Who?
he come over?
Nuno?
When did he buy Forest?
Oh,
Marinakis, was it 2 years
Marinakis.
ago? 3 years ago? He took him up from the championship, yeah.
So they love him. They love him. Come
I
on,
mean, he has money, so for sure, and he's willing to spend it. But
they're
when it
not
comes to
going down
falling
this
out,
year.
And he's not going anywhere.
They're not
You
going.
know?
oh
Actually,
yeah,
I mean,
he's
he
not
went
going. I'm just saying,
2017.
he
I
has money,
misspoke.
so like,
Yeah,
so
2017. So it was a minute ago. He was in the championship for a little while.
Yeah. No,
So
no. They're not going down.
you
you
know who
don't
was on
think
that
so?
team when they won the championship?
I think Leeds has a better chance of going down, or Burnley than Nottingham Forest.
5
Well, we
points out
Yes.
of 27 right now, bro.
yeah, we'll
You
see.
Yeah.
know?
My hot take is none of the promoted teams are going down. It's early in the year,
Mm.
but I have some good stats to back it up. So we'll see how the season progresses. But it's actually really interesting.
Yeah, let's
How
touch on that later. Let's talk about. I want to hear about Chelsea now. Let's hear about what happened. The Mannequin Challenge boys were
Yeah, I didn't
frozen.
hear world champ once in
I
the
better
past
say,
10
yeah.
minutes or whenever we started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange.
No.
Strange.
Well, Marcus didn't say you got my man Potts to the right, so that's the problem. We went
That
straight
is true.
to
No
this.
introductions today.
This
So
is true.
so
Yeah.
so
I'll get you on the outro. Don't worry. You can talk
yeah,
about it
yeah,
later.
yeah. I'll be still world champs for the next 3.5 years, or 3 years and 3 quarters, or whatever it is. So you'll hear plenty. You'll hear plenty. But this weekend was rough, bro. This weekend was rough. I mean, I don't know what it is with Tosin and Chalaba, but those two together are like just utter
Yeah, Chalop. Yeah, man.
bad,
Chalaba hit.
bad.
He was
Yeah,
on that.
yeah, my bro.
He was on
He just stood there like,
what?
it's just, but Tosin just had him up like this too. It was just like holding him off, like,
I mean, sure, but like, why is Chalaba just standing there? Like, I was like, bro, if he clearly has him guarded, like on his back, like, definitely like make some movements around him. I don't know.
it
yeah,
almost
Game
looks
was
like the game glitched.
yeah.
Like they were just standing. You know what I mean? It looks like the screen
Yeah.
froze. And I'm like, nothing's happening. They're just in the same spot. The whole team catches up, and he's like,
FIFA remote froze
off.
up.
yeah, literally.
But they
Remote controller died.
stay getting like done up like that. Like we got done up like that against Fulham. I think it was against Brentford. Like not obviously in the same way, but like it was the same goal for Fulham, and if it was Brentford, that team, where it's Tosin running back a long ball, and then the guy cuts inside and shoots. And like Chalaba doesn't have the recovery speed, so the two of them are just killing us. And in the summer, Chelsea, there was a lot of talk that we needed a center back, and we never got one, especially after Levi Cole got hurt. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, Fofana
Wait,
can stay
Tosa
fit.
was a sub though. What happened with the other guy? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Achimpong. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh on Chimpong. He was doing really well. He was better than Chalaba for sure. He did
That's what I
go.
was saying.
He
So,
did go into a challenge that looked like it could have like hurt him a little bit. So I don't know if after if they were trying to save him in terms of like for a next game, because we have a game against Wolves coming up. Something Manchester United doesn't know about midweek games. Sorry.
shooting.
I'll take it. I'll take it. 3 wins in a row. I'll take it. I'm happy right now.
That was a problem. Like he made the wrong sub. Like he should not have taken out Josh, but it is what it is. Besides that,
Do you sense a dip in form with João Pedro?
oh,
I feel like
100%.
he came on. I feel like he came on bursting.
100%. No, it's been bad, bro. Maresca's been hinting that he's hurt, right? And and he's still getting played, which is obviously not good. We got Facundo Buonanotte from our favorite club, Brighton, but we don't play him except for in Champions League games. So I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. There's are some questionable decisions by the manager, and I think it somewhat leads to our inconsistency. But what are you gonna do?
what about your man's though, Caicedo? How was his game? I didn't really
Yeah,
watch.
there. He played. Nah, he passed away the ball so much. It was not his game. It
Mm,
was it
okay.
was bad. No, nothing to say on that front for this past game, but if we're taking a bigger, broader picture, then
I
that's
mean, the lap as well, bro.
what the lap is hurt.
Yeah,
Oh, is he? Oh, okay, okay.
he hasn't
So,
been.
Giyu, right,
Yeah,
was a striker.
yeah, and he's only come in the last 3 games. We after the lap got hurt, and then Nicholas Jackson to
Yeah,
bind, we ended up bringing back Giu, and for like the first 5 games or so, 4 games, I don't know the exact number of games, he wasn't getting any playing time. Supposedly, he had to go to Maresca's like office and be like, "Yo, what's the reason?" Maresca, said it out loud in press conferences and so on that you need to train harder, you need to do this and that. So I guess he did do this and that. He came on and played against Liverpool a little bit. Came on in a Champions League game and then started the game this past weekend. But he's still not like he's still an unfinished product. He's 19 years old. He needed that Sunderland loan to get more playing time. But yeah, we're missing a forward and we're missing our boy Cole Palmer for sure.
So injuries are the reason. You guys got a lot of injuries, huh?
We do, yeah. The key players.
Key
So
play,
the, the key players.
key players for sure. Yeah, no, key players are important, bro.
Yeah.
Key players are definitely important. Now, wanted to ask you about something. Oh wait, no, hold on. We can't skip over Garnacho getting his first goal though.
Yes, sir.
How does that
come
make you
on.
feel? Potts and Roth, I'm sure.
Hey, I'm happy for him, man. I'm
Yeah,
happy. He's.
you happy
I'm
for
happy. He's happy.
okay.
He wanted Chelsea. He's finally getting goals.
That's for sure, bro. I mean, him
So
and what's his name, Fabrizio Romano, both of them wanted
yeah,
him to
they both
really
wanted Chelsea. So good for them. Good for him. That's that. More from Potts, obviously. The technical analysis.
bad.
No, no, he's doing well. He's got the same amount of goals as Kudus. So, shout out my boy. Garnacho.
Shout out Kudus, yeah.
Shout out my boy Garnacho. That first goal, like Kudus. So we kick on. We kick on.
How many goals do you think he finishes with this season?
3.
What about goal involvements, like crosses, passes, all that stuff, like just assists in general?
I don't know. If I had to say based off like what's happening right now, I'd honestly say like maybe 8 altogether. He's not looking like in a rich form, but I think that the team can evolve properly with Cole Palmer, with Liam Delap, with João Pedro firing properly. And I think that our attack right now is unfortunately missing like a bit of creativity. Only creativity we see is from Esteval, an 18-year-old who only comes on some portion of the game. He hasn't started and finished a whole EPL game. So I don't know. I think that we still have a
Who do you
lot
think,
to do.
like with this squad right now, with this lineup, like who do you expect to be that guy?
I would
Running that show, Enzo.
It has to be low key
Enzo, in terms of what? In terms of creativity?
In terms of creativity, making that long ball. 'Cause
leading.
obviously, you
Speaking,
got the attackers running into the box, right?
Yeah.
So he's either distributing it left and right, or he's got to make those creative passes.
I would I would have started Pedro Neto on the left and Esteval on the right. Um
Mm,
and then I would have stuck with Guiu up top. And if João Pedro, is available to play, then I would play him. But if he's hurt, I would, try to choose somebody else. Maybe I would put Enzo in that 10 and then bring on Lavia to pair with Caicedo in the midfield. But I would. All that being said, that the way that Esteval has played recently, I would expect him to be the creative player for us because that's what he's shown. If you watch, like the way that he played against Ajax, even though they had 10 men, like he always got the ball. He obviously did it well for Liverpool for the 10 minutes, 15 minutes that he got on. He got a nice shot. It was saved. Uh, and then obviously got the goal and other stuff like that. So I would expect it from him, but I don't think that we have full trust in him just yet. 9 games into the season, but hopefully by the end of the season, him and Cole Palmer are the guys that are giving us that creativity that we're missing right now.
Listen, man, you can have one game a week, or you can have mid-game weeks. When you got no direction, you got no direction. I feel like Chelsea right now is just on. Let's look at the next game. Let's look at the next game.
Is
You
it
know,
fair to put all that weight on an 18-year-old shoulders? Though? I mean, you always talk about like how young.
like I feel like you guys are pushing the problem a little bit. You know, there's got to be a deeper
I feel like
issues
Enzo has
going
to step
on,
up
right?
if he's like kind of
Other
seen
than
as like,
injuries, obviously. Other than injuries, you think if the whole squad, if you think no injuries, full fit squad, Chelsea's gonna do numbers in the league.
I think so. I mean, like I think that if like right now, like we have to play Chalaba and Achimpong as center back. Those are obviously not our first or and second choice. And then honestly, like where he's 19 years old, just came from the academy. Last year was his first season in the league, and we tried to ship off Chalaba last year too. We ended up having to bring him back because of injuries. I think it's poor squad handling to have kept Chalaba, knowing that he wanted to send him off before, but then keeping him, and then now we're in the same position where somebody's hurt, and now we have to rely on him. We did buy center backs. We ended up loaning them out to our sister club Strasbourg and to Dortmund, but there was no need to do that. I think that given that we would have everybody, yeah, we would have Fofana and Levi Cole starting, which would be a lot stronger center back. Uh, we're playing two right footers in the back line, which back in the day wasn't a thing. It didn't really matter. But now, when you want to pass the ball around all the time, having somebody that's uncomfortable with using their left foot just like makes things a lot harder. We would have had Badia Shield, but he got hurt again. So it's these injuries in the back are kind of killing us. But yeah, Cole Palmer, Liam Delap, those are big. Levi Colwell. I think that yeah, you are touching a point of like yeah, we seem a little bit aimless because we win two games and we lose, but yeah, I think it's
I mean, it's a big test next weekend, right?
I
yeah.
mean, you guys are blaming it on injuries. It sounds like
I'm not
right.
blaming injuries. It's a lack of poor form. I mean, the injuries are what they are. Everybody has injuries,
Everybody.
obviously. I just think that like I shouldn't say poor form. It's inconsistent, and that's what I came on this thing saying that I don't know if we have the stamina to go the whole way. I don't know if we built the right team. Like yeah, we should not have gotten Garnacho and Gittins in the window and expected to be have a solid winger, left winger. I think it shows a lot of gaps, but
But it's still like I feel like Chelsea, like you put a lot of responsibility in Maresca, giving him a big bag to buy whatever players he needs. Like, what are the consequences for him? You know, with
Mm,
how results might turn out at the end of the season.
but the problem is like it's Chelsea is not like that. Like the bag is not given to Maresca. It's always handled by our
It's always, yeah, that's
it's
true.
our
But
two
still, like he had
guys.
he like bro, Chelsea's ruthless when it comes to managers. You know this better than I do. So if results don't come in, let's say Chelsea, you know, no trophy this season, but you guys make a top four. Is that jeopardy for Maresca a bit?
I probably think so because it would be like a step down. But
Step down, right?
they
Yeah.
said that they're trying to do like this is like what's come out into the public that they're doing. They're reviewing his contract on a 2-year basis. So after this
mm,
summer, then they'll review and see what it is. But it's the two sporting directors, Win Stanley and Lawrence, that are ones that are do all the club transfers, and they did the most this summer. Like there's so many opportunities to do the right thing. Like we could have had a better goalkeeper, didn't get that. We could have had, like okay, we didn't want to buy more center back because you brought two young ones, but don't send them both away, and then be stuck in a hole like how we are now.
Yeah.
With Tosin, like you could have easily sold Tosin and Chalaba, and they would have both. Then those two guys that you ended up putting on loan would be in the season right now playing. You know what I mean? And those would have been 100% profit because Tosin was brought in for free, and Chalaba is an academy player. So even if you sold them for 20 mil, that's 40 mil all profit right there. I just think the squad planning it wasn't good. Spending 96 millions on Jamie Gaines and Garnacho, obviously not the best use of funds. But enough about Chelsea. There's another
Wait,
loser.
wait, 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 wait. I have one more question. Let
Another
me.
loser on this.
Yeah, one more question. I
No,
have
no,
one more
no,
question.
no.
We don't. I don't know if you have time to do with me, bro. We're like 20 minutes.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
okay. No, the
No,
first
no,
10
this is
minutes,
good.
the
This is
first 10
good. We
minutes,
need to
edit.
grill him, bro.
The
Come
first 10
on,
minutes
guys,
we can edit
cook
out. It's
him.
all good. We have
I'm ready.
one more question. I mean, you beat Potter's West Ham. You beat Andrew's Forest team. Is it fair to say, like, before we start talking about managerial changes, is it fair to say you haven't really been tested yet? Like,
What
what
do you
what
mean?
what's like the big test for you? I should say, like, because you lost to United. I
You
mean, you
beat
barely beat.
Liverpool.
I mean, I was about to say you barely beat an out of form Liverpool team. So what is the big test for you?
We're going to Shy Hart Lane next weekend, right? Or what do you call
Huh?
it now?
It's called the Tottenham Hotspur Racetrack Stadium, NFL Stadium, anything. It's called everything. It's a stadium in London. We're about to sell the rights to their name, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll be there next weekend, so we'll see. Brian Early. You know what I mean? We'll see Thomas Frank if he's got, as they say in the UK, if he's got the minerals to take the world champions down.
All right, all right. Well, let's pivot over to Nick. How you feeling? Fourth loss in a row. Want to get your thoughts?
Bro, timing wise, I don't know if we can go into this. Why don't we just great
Nah, we can edit
Spurs game?
it out.
No, realistically, I mean, where do I even start? So I would just say, like, I think at the starting we questioned just how the team looks. Yeah, we're picking up results, but I think there were a lot of questions. I was the first to admit that. Right now, I think a lot of those questions have unfortunately semi been answered, and the answer is not great. I think offensively, I have so many. I will take that back. Defensively, I have so many concerns. Offensively, I have many frustrations. I think offensively, my frustrations are more player centered, specifically on the left side. I think Kirkhez and Gapco is not a combination that does well. But to Kirkhez's credit, Gapco and Robertson never worked well together. Gapco and Tsimikas never worked together. Gapco, as a left winger, tends to play like Robin, right? He always cuts in and shoots on the right, whereas Robin did the left side. Biggest difference is Robin can easily cut through, like, a team like Butter, whereas Gapco's got a dull knife on a rock, and so there's not a lot of cutting going on. Occasionally, shots go in; it looks really nice, but I think the opportunities he gives up, and for me, it's just he never takes the overlap option, and so you see Kirk is making these overlaps run again and again, and it's gotten to the point where the other team knows he's not going to do it, so they don't even mark Kirkez, and it's like, dude, what is going on? I think Salah's been extremely isolated. If you look at the passing map, it almost looks like he's on the other team. I don't know if that's a Salah thing. I don't know if that's a formation thing. So I don't want to touch too much on that without having a clear perspective. But I'd say offensively, a lot of frustration toward Gapco specifically, from my perspective. Defensively, I think it's a very tactical issue. Adam clearly, in my opinion, one of the best YouTubers out there, had a great breakdown of it. And I think, I know we can't show actual game footage, but he shows kind of screenshots, and maybe we can adopt something like that, because it really paints a picture of how dire the defense is, right? And one of the main things is, Liverpool's always been a high pressing team, right? That's kind of been our identity since the get go. And when you look at last year, that pressing still existed, right? And the pressing was in waves, and it was strong and structured. Right now, that does not exist. And so what you see is not just a disjointed press, but a half-hearted press, which I think as a fan is almost worse, right? If it's disjointed, it's like, okay, we can fix that. When it's half-hearted, it's like, guys, what are you doing? Are you not trying right now? And there are so many examples that I wish I could just pull up as a picture, but the players, they'll get close to the opposition, but they'll give them about a yard or two of space, and then just sit off and almost like hold their hand as they go back. And the way clearly describes it is like any high pressing team that presses with a high line, your forward attackers have to go for the ball, and your midfielders have to push up in case they don't get the ball. That's like the basics. That isn't happening. And so they have so much time on this weak hearted press, and then all they have to do is put a long ball on the other side. Slots complained a lot about long balls, but at some point, it's like, you're the tactician. If you're saying that everyone's defeating us on the long balls, then protect yourself from the long ball. Don't play such a high line, or else if you are going to play a high line, make sure the front two lines are pressing appropriately. So I think that's been really, really struggle. I think of it as like pressing without pressure, which I don't know if that makes a ton of sense. I also think Gravenberch being moved to like more of a double 8 position with, him and Soboslai initially, it helped us offensively, but defensively, that 6 spot it's not just empty. There's a 10-yard circle that you can just pop the ball in, and there's nobody there. Konate can't get there quick enough. Gravenberch isn't even there. So you have like our defensive 8s running back, Konate trying to run forward. And if you can get one ball around that, you've just taken out two lines of defense with a complete gap in the middle of the center backs. So I don't put that on the players as much as Arne Slot. I think that's a very big tactical issue. I don't know why we've made that change. I don't know if it's because we have new personnel. My only thought, and this is maybe just, this is not even copium, this is just maybe me trying to understand like what is going on in this man's head is, okay, we got a bunch of new forwards. Obviously, a press starts from the forwards. Maybe they're not caught up to speed on the press. But even then, it's like I said, if they were trying hard and making mistakes, I get it. But I feel like when you watch them, the only one who's trying hard is Ekatike. And you see him pressing by himself. And I see Isak giving the guy a yard, jogging up to him, and then being like, oops. And so, yeah, that's been frustrating from a defensive and offensive perspective. I'm not going to say the title race is done, right? Still, I would say pretty close. Although Arsenal are really pulling away, especially with this weekend's results between City and everybody. But yeah, obviously super disappointing. Very, very sad. I'm not watching inside training videos as much anymore and laughing. It's very dark and gloomy in the
Wait, I have a
scouts
question though.
moment.
I know you keep
Yeah.
going on, but like, I saw somewhere that the contract talks with Arne Slot are off, and like, there's already conversations being had of like, is there pressure on Arne Slot, or stuff like that? Is
No.
that true?
So I haven't seen anything reliable about no contract talks like that, right? But I do. I to your second point, there's absolutely pressure on Arne Slot, right?
Well, for sure, yeah.
I think
After
one
winning-
thing that. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying after winning the Prem and then having these like run of fixtures, it's probably a lot of pressure. But yeah,
Exactly, but it wasn't just that. It was everything that happened this summer. It was Arne Slot saying last year was Klopp's team that was in transition. Now it's my team. Now I want to put my stamp on the team. Well, dude, your stamp is missing ink because we're not seeing a lot, and it's not looking good for what we're seeing. So I haven't heard anything reliable about like the club putting pressure on him, but I absolutely think there is some. I would be shocked if Michael Edwards isn't like, okay, like this is interesting. So, but it's
I feel like
still
it's
again,
becoming more apparent that this guy just doesn't hold himself or his team accountable. You know, like we're seeing it through the media. Like I know you mentioned it last time too. He's always been like this, but is that the way to go about things? You think?
no,
Like
and it's crazy because he pulled Kwanzaa 45 minutes into his debut, his first game, because he said he wasn't performing well. So I think initially, this is Klopp's first game last season. So everyone had this idea of like, oh, if you don't perform well, Slot takes you out. If you don't perform, Chiesa won Player of the Month last month, and he still won't start over Salah. Like,
dude, what's
so
going
I
on with
think
that?
we were
yeah,
fed this idea that he is this guy who like will make the tough
no
decisions.
nonsense. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. And now we're in, we're seeing what we're seeing now, and it's like, dude, like, well, what
Yeah,
is
I
going
think
on?
Pox, you were
it,
saying that last week.
mm,
You were like, "Oh, like
yeah,
Salah
yeah.
shouldn't be undroppable or whatever," and it's like, dog, like if this is like, I get it, this is your franchise player and everything like that, but if they're not performing and like, obviously we know what Salah can do. Like, we've seen it for at least 3 years, 4 years, however long he's been in the Premier League. But I mean, if he's not performing, it's like you kind of have to be that is the manager's job, right? Is to be that hard no, draw the line, be like, okay, listen, like I know you're the Liverpool's favorite, sweetheart, all that stuff, but it's like sooner or later, like tough decisions have to be made.
Yeah, and it's 8 years, and out of the 8 years, he won Golden Boot 4 or 5 of the 8, which is insane as a winger, like actually insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great what he's done for me, or not for me, for Liverpool. Sorry, I'm getting like too emotionally attached right now. It's great what he's done for Liverpool, but yeah, it's time for tough decisions. I do not envy Arne Slot right now, but he's got to make some tough decisions, and I think the formation needs a change
What,
pretty
what
drastically.
what do you think about, I touched on Chelsea squad planning and our directors. What do you feel about Mike Edwards and his job over the summer? I feel like he
I
got a lot of heavy attacking, but didn't necessarily address like the key points in your squad.
But
Well,
see, Chelsea,
Chelsea,
yeah, yes and no. So I think the one area where I'm like, okay, it kind of worked out, I guess, to some degree, but I have question marks is why do we get two strikers, not just strikers, but like break the Premier League record and then pay like, is it 80, 90 million for another like heavy funds on two strikers. And it's great that Ekatike is performing well, and it looks like that will hopefully be worth the money. But the glaring hole is the 6.
Yeah.
Like, even if we played the same way as last year, what happens if Gravenberch twists his ankle? Like, Endo just plays nonstop. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that was, in my opinion, kind of that and the center back issue. Obviously,
Yeah.
were like the two biggest to my like areas that needed. Actually, I can't say that. I would say after what we fixed, those were the two biggest areas. But going into it, like losing Trent, we knew we needed creative output. We knew we needed, right back and left back. So I think all that was fine.
Is
But
Endo hurt? Because I
no,
feel like
Endo's job is the closer. But he comes in when we're up. So if we're not up, whatever, he barely ever plays. But he comes in and he literally puts a mouth guard on, like some kind of, we call him like the samurai, bro. It's honestly
yeah,
badass.
I've seen
He
that.
puts it on. He like hits his head and just like breaks legs. And so
Yeah,
Liverpool fans love him. They're like the samurai Endo. He puts his mouth guard on and just puts in work. Right? He'll take yellow cards. He'll take fouls. You kind of need a player like that to shut the game down.
but I feel like we haven't seen him in it at all. Like, I mean, I guess he's kind of old. He's like 30 something years old, but like I feel like we haven't seen him for a couple of weeks now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the midfield we're still trying to figure out, right? And like the good thing is I feel like we have a lot of talent in the midfield, right? We got Gravenberch, Soboslai, Jones, Wirtz, like, and there's only like what 3 positions. So unfortunately, I love Endo, but I can see why he's not getting as much play time. But I was actually thinking about this to your point. I was like, if we're so defensively suspect, like maybe we start
That's what
with
we need.
Endo, like
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, you need someone that's gonna like kind of keep that back line protected. We'll say,
Yeah.
100%.
Bro, that
especially if
first
you're playing
goal,
with a
man.
high line. Like that's the one thing we needed last year when we had Ange's high line system. It's like, damn, if we had like even a Pierre Hoiberg, I would have taken to just to like sit and just kind of crunch tackles and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, it's tough, definitely
Yeah.
tough. I see we're kind of moving into the 40-minute mark. So let me just quickly touch on Tottenham's win. Want to keep it short. I see people are going to be hating up here, so great win overall. Excellent, excellent by
3-0
Tom.
over Everton, man. Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, first win in the Evertonian stage. I'm pretty sure that they don't have anyone that beat them there this season. So that was a nice feat. I really loved the formation. I was kind of nervous going into it, but his kind of I don't even know how to explain what he did, but I mean, it looked like a back 4 in attacking and a back 3 in defense. And it just like the way they were switching with Brennan and Kudus kind of next to each other. I love that because it kind of gave more freedom on the right to just move down. Brennan Johnson's not really known for taking on his man, although he did. I have to give shout out to him for doing that once because that was the first time I've seen that in probably maybe a year or two, to be honest, from him. So it was good to see him take on his man, act like a proper winger. Mickey Van de Ven, Rolls Royce of a defender, 2 goals. Not really many notes for him. And I honestly have to tip my hat to Danzo too for stepping into Cuddy's role, which is not easy because if you see how the way we play, Romero is kind of the dictator and he holds the ball for I want to say more than anybody in our team. He kind of holds the ball from back there. He'll break the line through with a pass, stuff like that. So for Danzo, and Danzo isn't really the same type of player or passer that Romero is. So for him to step in and let us fans know that there's not really much of a change there, that we don't have to worry. It's amazing. What else? What else? Xavi making me a little bit nervous with the final pass. He's not really getting there yet, but everything else he does is amazing. Like I mean, I know he's a 10, but his defensive ability, like his energy in the midfield is just, I think, really, really top. So yeah, I'm happy from all the boys.
I know you happy about Pap Sar. Come on, I didn't hear you say
Of
nothing about Pap
course.
Sar, man.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Pap Sar. I mean, he's been. I think
Is he
I've
injured?
been talking to a lot of like the Twitter people and stuff like that, and trying to see. We've been trying to figure out what's going on because we all were like, Pap Sar was easily, if not the best, and top 3 player of Thomas Frank so far. And for him not to get minutes, I mean, there was a time where he was kind of injured with maybe his groin or back or something like that around like the EFL. So that I do remember, and I had to kind of refresh my memory on that one. So I think that's the reason why he's been kind of being eased back in. Also, it, because of Bentancur, he's kind of going through a contract extension or a new contract. So like I feel that's the reason why he's been starting Bentancur every game, regardless of how he's been performing. With that being said, Bentancur had a great, goal or goal assist, I should say, not goal, but he led. It was his header that led to the goal. So yeah, I mean he's he's definitely getting on the score sheet, which is good, especially as a midfielder. That's what we've been kind of yearning for since I can remember. But yeah, I mean, I think after everything was said and done, we had a great game.
You know what my
Polina,
favorite part of the Tottenham game was? The Everton goal being disallowed, dude. I'm so sick of
thank you. Yes,
other
100%.
players just not even going for the ball and just like, dude, they had
Yeah,
two guys onto the other side,
bro, they
either
put
side of the
Vicar in a
area.
sandwich. Yeah, they put him in
Bro,
a
I was
sandwich.
like,
I was like, "Look,
I
this is not soccer, bro. Like, come on, like
I'm
that.
so happy
Like,
that's being
I know
called
we
now.
always kind of get on like Arsenal for like being like set piece team and stuff like that, but that's what they do. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not the fact that they're scoring off set pieces; it's the fact that they're like doing these like haram like just like
Dark arts.
unsoccer like ways of scoring. Like our two set pieces were definitely, um, I'd say, what the hell? Our two set pieces were definitely like
Yeah.
fair play. Like there was no like weird type of muscling around or anything like that. So yeah, top credit to our. We have a set piece coach for the first time in a while. So
I think it's the natural progression of football, right? That's how the game was literally like, was it in the 90s? Not even that, like the 80s. And then the way you counter in the 90s is rapid wing play. The way you counter rapid wing play is possession build up. And now we're going full circle because the way you counter possession build up is long balls. And so I don't know, 10 years from now, I guess we're going back to the wing play. But I agree. I think going back to the Liverpool game, was it Koyade? His throw-ins, dude, are insane. Like it's just a bullet from his arm that goes into the box. And yeah, I Potts. I mean, I think at some point, maybe not today, but I would love to talk about some of the promoted teams because a lot of the tactics that they've adopted with long balls are so successful this year. And I really think that's kind of the tactical evolution of this season. Um, I just don't know how is it going to work against like the big European teams like PSG and stuff, right? But
You think that they would be fine with dealing with that because like the ball stays in the air so long in the EPL compared to like the Spanish league or like the German league and so on. Like you think that they'd be fine just getting somebody from their center back or whoever, some big guy to just head it out, but that's just not the case. The angles that they're coming on. I don't know. I think that yeah, there's definitely a change in the game, and the teams have to, especially a team like Chelsea, has to figure it out soon because there's been at least two goals off the top of the head that have come at the end of the game to either tie a game or lose a game for us, and we just haven't been able to deal with it.
well, the thing is too, at least you know Koyade when he plays, dude, he's so accurate with it. Almost, it's way more accurate than a corner kick. So yeah, we have like there's center backs, but if you notice their long throws, dude, they literally just target the mismatch. It's actually tactically so smart. You find the smallest guy, put your bigger guys toward him, and then just throw it right at them. And it's not like this looping, like, oh, we got time, bro. He throws it like a
yeah,
bullet. It's like,
yeah,
what? How is he doing this? So
yeah.
I hear you, man. Yeah, it's. I was my butthole was clenched every time they had a throw. So shitting diamonds
Wait,
over it.
wait. So Nick, you're saying like that you don't think any of the play or any of the teams that just got promoted aren't going down. So I mean, is this the first year where it's like that that I can remember, or like not at
Yeah,
all?
yeah.
Nah, wasn't it like 2 years ago when, or a couple years ago when, I'll come back to it. I feel like this happened before though. Um,
You could be
like
right.
when
I've
Brentford
never
came
thought
up.
about it because I
Uh,
mean, it looks like
I don't know if it was all three that stayed, but I know there was it was like one or two teams that stayed.
It's definitely going against the trend of what's happening in the recent years, where
Yeah, yeah.
they come up and go back down.
yeah,
I don't know. I think that the season is still kind of early, and the table is still like not like completely separated. And the teams that are in the bottom right now, like Nottingham Forest, even West Ham, they have good players. It's not like they have bad players. And it's not like they weren't like so like Nottingham Forest was a top four all last season basically.
Nah,
So
facts.
I don't like I did, and it's not like they got worse in terms of like they let go of like so many great of their great players. Like their team is like you would think that would maybe would have happened to Brentford, who lost
Yeah,
their coach and
facts.
everybody like that. You know what I mean? Like so I don't know. I think that things can change. Sean Dyche is obviously going to just play that that criminal football and lock it down and just get wins where he can, ties where he can. And I think that a team like Leeds or Burnley, they may be in a rich vein of form right now, but it could easily
To come back to that, boys, the last time was 22-23 season. Fulham, Bournemouth, and Forest got promoted, and they
Yo,
stayed,
straight
and
up.
they're
That's not that
still
long
here.
ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
like
wasn't too long ago.
getting back to we were talking about relegation. Is this the year that West Ham go down? Because I feel like West Ham had been in the league ever since I started watching the Premier League. I don't know.
We're starting 50 years. I'd say so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You
David
have no
Sullivan
faith in
about to be found out.
they can't keep firing managers. That's for sure. Like that.
no, no
Dude, I
what
mean,
about your boy Nuno
No,
Marcus,
bro. I was looking at
your alumni?
yeah, nah, yeah. Quick stunt. Tottenham. It's funny because I was looking at a lineup that Nuno had uh sent out. I want to say it was like his first or second game. Or maybe no, actually no. It wasn't the Premier League. This was when we were in the Conference League. We lost 1-0 to some.
How did he do so well last year?
I mean, I don't think he is a bad manager. I think when he doesn't get what he needs, and this is, I mean, he had exactly what he needed at Forest. Like he had his, he had his six, he had his center backs, he had his attacking players. Like he could play the way he wanted to. Even at Wolves, like we saw, he was a brilliant manager, and that's the reason why I wanted him at Tottenham. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I feel like it's hard for any manager to just get thrown into, a brand new team, or not a brand new team, but like a team that's, you know, not doing so well, and then to bring them up, which is why I have to give credit to, like, men like Jose Mourinho, who, once we got rid of, I think it was Pochettino that year, ended up finishing top six out of, you know, really poor position. So it's hard. It's not easy for managers to get thrown in the middle of the season without having their players and then turning it around.
Especially his position too, bro. Like I feel like he's been in a mixer like in the past,
Yeah.
few months or if not a year, I would say.
Yeah, whenever,
At
yeah,
least this year.
exactly. Whenever Marinakis kind of called him out on in the field, like I'd say Nuno was kind of starting to feel the pressure, and then yeah, to be thrown into a team that's already battling relegation, it's not easy.
But what do you guys feel about these like managers having that quick bounce around? Like, do you like sometimes it works, but do you rather prefer your manager to take some time off if he had like a stint like Eric Ten Hag, let's say, because Ten Hag went straight from United to Leverkusen, and he got sacked in what's the first less than the first 10 games, you know.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
So what do you guys
Taking
like?
him out.
Bro,
What's the
that's
ideal situation here?
I feel like it
yeah.
never works out, dude. Like even Mo's a genius. Remember when he was popping through teams in the Prem like Tic Tacs? Dude,
Yeah.
every transition, it was like, dude, you need to take a break because it's getting worse every iteration. And I would actually, I'm struggling to think of a manager who left immediately, who got let go. He didn't quit. He got let go, immediately finds another job and does well. Maybe Unai Emery after Arsenal. That might be the only one, right? He went back to Villarreal, did pretty well, and then
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Villarreal.
Beat
it's
United
hard.
in the final.
I feel
Not
like
that
managers,
easy.
like we're
Yeah.
seeing like the ending of like managers like Sean Dyche, and like, I mean, I know he's in there now, but like, Sean Dyche and what's his name, David
Don't
Moyes.
speak on my Sean Dice, man. The meat pie
Roy
manager.
They
Hodgson.
really are legends, but like, bro, like I
Roy
feel like,
Hodgson
Yes.
yeah, bro,
Big
like they're like the
Sam.
first, they're like the first managers that get the call
and
when like a team,
Allardyce.
Yeah.
and like
Big Sam.
whenever a
Yeah.
team is like getting like close to relegation, those like the first managers that get called. Like
It's like
Sean
Mariah
Dyche.
Carey at Christmas. The music starts and Big Sam knows relegation team. They're gonna come calling.
Jose Mourinho called him the worst manager of the Premier League history,
Really?
which I think
Damn.
by standards or statistics is still true.
Mourinho says, I love Mourinho. He says, what do you call Wenger, a specialist in failure on his 1000th game? Dude, that was just so rude, so disrespectful.
That's that's funny.
I love Mourinho, but he says some out of pocket stuff.
Speaking
I
of
think,
managers, though, what about Vitor? What's his name? Piera.
Vitor Pereira.
Yeah,
Vitor
I saw a
Pereira.
video. I mean, I don't know if I can play it up here. I think I can actually. I'm gonna send it. Let me see if I
Yes.
can.
Real quick, before we move on to West Ham, I just have a question for you guys too. Do you think Sullivan's going to sell? I mean, if you guys know his history, he's literally he made his money through porn and sex shops. He bought West Ham, and the
Fantastic.
fan base hates him, and I feel like if they get relegated and he sells, it's a net positive. Honestly, dude. He's like one of the worst owners in the Prem. I think my perspective. I think he sells. I think he sells if they get relegated.
I don't know. I don't think
Damn, man.
he had a partner and the partner passed away. I
Yeah,
don't know if he has much more like assets. I feel like he would try to keep on to this bad boy for as long as he can. I don't know if he's still involved in the adult film industry for young years.
yeah.
That is wild.
I was doing some research on him a while ago, but yeah, he made a ton of money off of that. He's obviously into some real estate stuff now too. I don't know. I feel like I don't. I mean, I personally don't understand why you would sell a Premier League club. Like, I really don't understand like why you would do that. I'm like, unless you're seriously cash broke, and or the club was like wrecking your personal finances, like what happened with Simon Jordan when he owned Crystal Palace. Now he's on Talk Sport. Like, unless you like really couldn't afford it for whatever reason, then all right, I get it. But if you're cooling, then why not? It's like,
It's a money making machine.
yeah, it's the hottest league in the world. You got like one of the top assets. And even if you go down, typical Premier League clubs come back up, a season or two after. Like, I forgot that Fulham got relegated. You know what I mean? It was only until Rob said in 2022 they came back up. But I just remember them always being in the Premier League.
Yeah, man.
I have a question though. What do you guys feel about like wingers that are opposite foot on the opposite side? So a right footer on the left wing, and the left wing on like a left footer on the right wing. Like,
I
to
love
me,
it. I'm biased. That's how I play though, so I love it. I'm left footed. I like playing on the right because it's so easy to cut in.
Iron Robin.
But I'm not a pro, and a pro should be able to do way more. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a pro, you should be able to play both
My
sides.
thought
feel
is
like
my thought is you can't have two, like, so if you have a left back or a left winger, they both can't be right footed. That's my ultimate belief, because you have to have a threat of both cutting in and also crossing on the left. If you have a healthy balance of that, like if you have a left-footed left back but a right-footed left winger, I feel like it can flourish because you have the overlap. Both players can get the ball across from either angle. But if you have two right-footed players on the left side, like, it's just not gonna work. You're gonna get found out easier, in my opinion. And we see that with my team. I can say with like Spence playing behind Odebear. Odebear's right-footed. Spence is right-footed. But when Udogie comes in that left wing or left back position, there's an immediate threat of a cross coming in off the left foot. So
when you said my team, I thought you were talking about your Sunday league team. I was like, bro, we don't know the players. And I was like, oh.
No, Spurs, the gang. Come on now.
Yeah. I know.
to me, it's really frustrating, like, to see people just spam the cut in every single time. It's like,
Gap go.
I don't know. Like, it's just not it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, it's really frustrating. I get it. Like, there was players back in the day like Robin, yeah, whoever said it, both Steve-O and Roth, when they cut in, then it was good. But at the end of the day, like, these guys are like, they just cut in every time. It's the easiest thing to defend in the world. They get or they cross it at their opposite foot, and it's not good. I don't know. I feel like that needs its own cycle change as well, and so players could attack the defender, get a cross in, or shoot it back post with their strong foot. I don't know. After watching Chelsea and Garnacho and like Gaines and Pedro Neto always just go down the line then cut back, I'm just like, this is not it. This is the easiest thing to defend in the world. But I don't know. Maybe you guys are viewing it
We
differently.
got a clip, guys.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about with Victor Pereira. Like he was getting booed, and you could just see he's just like it looks like his days are numbered. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like he'd
Is
be
he
the next
yelling at
man.
the fans?
Yeah, like they're booing him, and yeah, and he's yelling at the fans. Yeah,
Oh, bro, I did not see it. This is wild.
yeah. So
I thought it was like
thoughts
a
on
post match talk to the team. What's he even saying? He's like, I'm gonna beat you the second you walk out of this. Like, bro,
he's
that's
just you could
wild.
see
That's wild.
he's going red in the face, bro. So
Yeah. Nah, he's losing the plot.
and I look back at his history. He hasn't been a part of any team for longer than like 2 or 3 years. So he's not really. He's had like you know little stints here and there, but his
Nunes should have gone back to Wolves
low key.
instead of
Low,
West Ham. You know,
yeah, yeah. I mean, West Ham still hasn't won
that
a
was a
game yet.
proper
So
team
I mean, I
back
guess
then
they're
too.
safe to say that they're going down for sure.
Yeah.
What happened when the fans were yelling at Postecoglou last season? What do
I
you
was
think
thinking
about
about
that?
that too. I was just
You always talk about
They're
last season.
calling
I know you guys love last season. I mean, we can talk about last season for me. We won a trophy, so I'm happy with it. He just said, never waver. Like he's like, "Hey, got you." That's what he was doing. I got you. I hear you. He's like, "I hear you, loud and clear." They were calling him all types of tubby and fat and all this stuff, but
bro.
hey, the man delivered a trophy. Fans can't, and the fans that do talk ill about Ange still, they're not real fans in my opinion. So that's my 2 cents on that.
What, I hope one day you get recognized. Like Andy's doing some post conference presser wherever he's coaching. He's like, I just got a shout out. There's a fan in the U.S. from day one. This man has my back.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Bournemouth. Yeah, tell me what you guys think.
Oh, dude. So I have some quick thoughts and some things to share. So right now, Bournemouth, compared to everyone around them in the league in the top 10 positions, they have half the games as everyone else. I think Iraola is well known as like this super detail oriented manager. I would say Bournemouth right now, from my perspective, there's three strengths. They're a high pressing team, dominate possession, and their counters are insane. And so here's some stats just to back up what I'm saying. They have the lowest passes per defensive action, which just means they give their team the least time on the ball, right? So how quickly do we press them? They press immediately, highest in the league. They're top of the league in long passes attempted, second in Europe in shots that come from a defensive action. So they press the ball, they win it, and they get a shot immediately. A third of their goals are counters, highest in the league. So what it tells me is they are a high pressing team. They win the ball quickly, and then the second they win it, they counter so fast, right? And I think all the stats back that up. For a team to play like that, they have to be drilled so well. Like for the press to consistently win and consistently find players on that counter, I think tactically all players need to know exactly where they need to be. So I think Iriola is, obviously he has no midweek games. They're already out of the Carabao Cup, so he has a lot more time. It's the United model, right? Not get knocked out of cup, so we got more time to train. I love it. He comes up camera. He comes up camera.
Bro,
But I mean,
I didn't want to keep bringing up this big ass water bottle over here.
I'm
So
literally,
I turned my shit off, but I almost choked when you said that.
but no,
Crazy,
I'm super impressed.
crazy,
I think he's a
shots.
great manager. And my gut tells me end of this season, there's going to be some big clubs that come knocking. I hope he doesn't leave though. I love what he's doing with Bournemouth. I think they're the smallest team in terms of population for a city in the Prem, but I could be wrong. I think that was like 2 years ago I heard that. So maybe things have changed with like Ipswich, some of the other teams that have cycled through. But yeah, dude, just insane. Like, and that's what you want to see as a football fan. Like, players
Yeah,
winning
no,
the
they
ball,
work really hard. That whole team
countering.
works so hard.
So hard, dude.
Like shout out Che Adams. I gotta, as an American, you gotta shout him out. But he's been ever since he joined them. I think he's been a top signing for them. He works so hard. I mean, whenever we play them, as for Spurs, he always shuts down. So I will say He is a
Wait, so
top
Steve,
player.
with all that you said, where do they finish?
I think they'll finish a European spot. They're not going to get top four. I would guess seventh or eighth. I think they get Europe. I think they're kind of like Nottingham Forest last year.
That's where they always are.
Bournemouth,
Like, I guess like maybe not eighth or seventh, but more like 10, 11,
12.
12, 9,
So maybe I'm
3.
giving them not enough credit. I don't know. Just so early in the season, like I love what I'm seeing. Also, Semenyo, he's been involved in 80% of the goals. Is that consistent? Is that going to be something that they can just depend on? I think Semenyo is this season's Embuemo, right? Like when we look at Embuemo last year, how he performed for kind of smaller team. I think Semenyo is doing the same thing for
Bro, I think he
Bournemouth.
was doing it last season too. Semenyo.
Semenyo,
Wait,
yeah.
before we talk about where we all think Bournemouth are going to finish, do you, all three of your teams, you think you're going to finish in top four? Like, actually?
I would say United is going to finish Europa League spot 5th.
I think Chelsea.
Those are three
That's
big
what I
names,
said
right?
in the
So, like,
beginning.
let's say United, Chelsea, Liverpool. I mean, Chelsea and Liverpool were top four last year. Spurs and United, not so much. But, I mean, if
You guys are doing a great job of coming off a relegation zone last year to top
We are.
5. So that is a fantastic turnaround. Relegation to top 4.
100%.
The passive aggressive. I love it.
It's like they let somebody go and they got someone better.
You guys are outperforming your XG. Let's see how consistent that could be, especially that Man United team. I know you guys.
Bro, we're coming, man. Yeah, we're
I
coming.
mean, well, you said that you're
Casemiro
going to
doing
finish
his
above
thing.
Spurs. You said last pod that you guys are going to like top. I mean, United are going to finish.
Yeah,
above
so
Spurs.
I think you guys will get Conference League.
Okay.
6th place or 7th place, whichever spot is Conference League. But I think you will take Conference League. If not, Bournemouth. I don't know. Hopefully, I want to see them take a European spot. They deserve it for sure.
So do we have a new top four though? Because I mean, City's not really performing. Like we just
I
said
wouldn't discount
Liverpool.
City. I would not discount City just because of the type of players they have. Bro, honestly, I feel like these players came out, like especially Omar Marmoush. We haven't really been hearing about him much.
He hasn't scored
I know
in so long.
he hasn't
Dude.
scored much, but he was doing. He had a few goals coming for
Yeah,
them.
he started really
end
hot.
of the season.
Kind of like Joao
Yeah.
Pedro.
So
I mean,
him,
Holland's the only one.
Ryan Cherky, exactly. Right now, it's Holland FC, bro. It's Holland FC. Like I don't really see much more. Um, uh, who do they have in the midfield? Man,
I think
I
Phil
can't
Foden's
even.
still gonna have a great. I don't know why I feel like Phil Foden's still like. I think he's actually playing better than he did last year.
Yeah, exactly. I would say so
He
too.
hasn't really
From
got
that
on the
United
score
game.
sheet too much, but I think he's been probably one of the more outstanding players of City's lineup.
You
Yeah,
see
bro.
Aston
They have
Villa's
Doku.
snarky comment on Holland. So I don't know if you guys saw Holland has a YouTube channel. He dropped like this 1 hour video this past week.
Video,
It's actually,
yeah,
it's super cool, dude. But he talks about every morning I wake up and I drink milk and a tomahawk steak. It's this whole thing he does. And so Aston Villa posted on Twitter, they're like, Matty Cash had his tomahawk steak and milk today. And they tagged Holland. I was like, oh, that was good. That was good.
There you go. Yeah, bro. They got Marmoush, Holland, Cherky, Doku, Savino, and Oscar Bob. Between all of them, I feel like, and Phil Foden as well, Bernardo Silva. When Rodri comes back, at Kovacic,
Rodri
I
not
don't want to. I don't want to discount
can't-
them out.
We can't say Rodri's the same player he was though after that ACL.
Definitely not. Yeah,
So we
yeah,
can't-
definitely.
yeah.
Unfortunately, definitely not. Because Rodri pre-injury he was an animal. He was shooting shots from distance. And
The whole
he was
team
also
played
a goal scoring threat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't want to discount City. I don't want to discount Arsenal, Liverpool, obviously, Chelsea as well, man. So, but I don't know, Chelsea.
I think it's so funny. You don't want to discredit them, but you don't want to. You can't credit the team that beat you in the Europa League last season. I think that's hilarious.
That's true. That's true. I mean, I didn't even. You kind of cut me off. I mean, I was just kind of going through the numbers. Tottenham is the last on the list for me. Next week we'll prove it. How about that? Or 2 weeks from now it'll prove it.
It's
We'll
Chelsea.
see.
I'm hyped for this game.
That's what I'm saying. Because we were both in the relegation, right? Now we're both on the come up. Let's see whose come up is coming up more up. More efficient. That's all.
What's on,
Okay.
maybe the loser shaves their beard.
I don't think I've ever seen Ralph without him.
I don't know if Roth will ever do that. Yeah, he might quit the podcast. He'll just quit
I
the
don't
podcast.
Yeah.
He'll just
Bro.
stop showing up. Be like, yo, I can't do this anymore, guys.
Bro, if I don't know, no, not for a game, but that's like more of a season long type of bet, you know.
Yeah, no,
But
we have to have
we'll
some
think about
friendly
that.
wagers up here. We'll have to figure out what's reasonable for everybody, for friendly wagers as far as betting goes.
I like that.
Yeah.
But let's see what else we got. What else we got?
We should put like a one chip challenge type of thing. That'd be
Ooh.
something
proper.
like that.
I'm down.
Dab, that
I'm
was like the
down.
hot wings dab sauce or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Last dab.
Bite,
That's
one
cool.
bite of the chip or like one bite of like a chicken wing. Or something.
Yeah, no, we should definitely have a trophy up here for some type of bragging rights for sure. Like for next season,
Yeah.
or some type of belt or something. But I guess did everyone watch every game? Anyone have a player of the week?
Unfortunately, Mickey for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mickey. I didn't watch it.
I knew you'd be happy with that. But dude, he bossed it. Honestly, he's so fast. It's insane watching him like run back.
That's why his heat map is like that, Potts. Just so you know, that's why his heat
Say
map
that
is
one
like
more
that. I said that's why his heat map is like that because he's
That's right. His heat map is like that.
taking good positions.
Bro, for me, it's got to be
Let's
Mbumo.
get back into position. He's just fast. That's why he could get there.
That was
He gets
last
it.
season, bro. That was last season. You have to understand. That's when we were playing that high line radical like sprint back football. This year we don't really have too much of that. Like
Nah, he gets it this week. Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Mbumo.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, shout out to him. That second goal was crazy. I watched.
I mean, that was all Bruno. I feel like that little shimmy.
No, for sure. But to finish like that on the half turn is not easy.
Finish.
Like, anybody who's played soccer knows like one touch turnaround. He didn't even have a touch. It was like a one touch finish. Like he just let it run and just finish like that. Just slam it in the top of the net. That's top.
Is that what we're going for this week, Mickey?
I mean, Mickey has to be. Doesn't have to be, but maybe I'm biased.
We'll give it to you, man. We'll give it to you.
We'll
give it to you.
Okay.
Take the team of the week.
Player of the week. We have any match week 10 predictions? How we feeling?
Well, what about
how we
player of the
feeling?
month?
I know we will. I think we're waiting for Roth to build it, get it up ready. But before we do that, let's just talk about some predictions real quick.
2-1 Chelsea at Shy Hart Lane.
At Shy Hart Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just forget what you guys call your new stadium.
It's a good thing we don't play there anymore, but okay.
Yeah. What do you call it again? Tottenham.
NFL Stadium.
NFL.
Is that what's that?
Actually, no. The real name is Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Oh, I thought
Aaron, you said
you were being serious. I was like, they threw the NFL.
I'm just joking because we have like so many concerts and NFL games there, so it's like, is it really our stadium? We're about to sell
2-1, Aaron?
2-1 to
Taylor Swift
Chelsea.
Yeah, Kendrick, Beyonce.
All right.
2-1. Okay. Barat, what are you saying?
I'm gonna say 1-1.
Nottingham Forest 1-1.
Oh, are we doing predictions all for Chelsea or Chelsea Tottenham, or are we doing each?
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so you're saying 1-1.
We're tracking there, right? Yeah, I'm saying 1-1 Tottenham versus Chelsea.
Okay,
I would agree with that. For me, I'll switch it up. We'll do 2-2.
I was just gonna say 2-2. To be honest, I feel like it's gonna be a tie. Unfortunately,
the fact that Potts is thinking there's a win and you think there's a tie actually makes me think that maybe I'm not seeing something. Why is he so confident?
Maybe it's Chelsea. Chelsea hates
Chelsea.
You have to understand. Anytime Arsenal or Chelsea gonna play Spurs, they're gonna turn up, even regardless of their form. So
that's the problem with Chelsea. We don't turn up in like the games that we should be turning up, and that's partially because like we play again in those games. The teams don't want to play against us, but if there's a team that plays against us, then we can go pound for pound, if that makes sense. So like I was telling Maya, this game, I was like someone doesn't want to score. Like if you watch, we literally had all of our players in their attacking third. Our center backs are right up there.
And
They're
then they
just
kept
so the
flipping. Yeah.
pressure, and then they take the opportunity, and they do want to score. They just want to score in a certain type of way, and they scored that type of way. And but if a team is trying to play against us, then we have a good chance. I think that Tottenham's going to want to play against us, and that's why.
Yes. And it's a home game for us, I believe. So
Yeah.
our home form is absolutely shite. So that's another reason why I'm saying tie, which I wouldn't even be too upset about, to be honest.
All right, based on what you just said, I'm gonna switch mine to 2-1 because I kind of forgot you guys' home form is bad, and then Chelsea do turn out for the big games.
And honestly, they're still trying to like get Romero fit for that game, which honestly worries me because
2-1
like,
Tottenham or 2-1 Chelsea? Sorry,
Chelsea.
Got you.
Because I've seen what happened last year when we kind of, we didn't have Van de Ven, we didn't have Romero, and then we out of nowhere just like started them. I was like, wait, I thought they were injured, like for real. So we started them, and then within the 30th minute, they were both substituted because they were both injured. So
No.
yeah, so I'm that's the thing that makes me nervous is that, and like,
Yeah.
and the fact that they injured.
And you love that guy still. And you love that guy still. You still love Postecoglou. He gets so stupid.
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I understand his method, I understand his method, but at the same
No,
time,
we don't understand. Please fill us in. What is the method of
what do you
starting
mean,
two
when we're
injured
going,
guys?
when you're playing against Chelsea and a team that we haven't like really beaten too many times over the last 3 years, you definitely want to bring your best players. Like, we had so many injuries that year, so we
much
wanted
so
to bring
that-
our best players. But at the same time, you don't want to rush them back and then get them hurt. That makes no sense. So yeah,
What's the point? If you're playing a team that you always lose against, why are you going to rush back your best players so that you then start losing against teams that you don't typically lose against because they're hurt?
I mean, I think that also kind of it's a fair question for the medical staff, because I feel like they always would be like, oh yeah, it's just a knock, and then like he's out for 4 months, and we're seeing that with Dom Solanke, right? Like it was like, oh, Dom Solanke, he'll be back. He started maybe one game or maybe came on as a sub this year. I can't even remember because we barely seen him. And Thomas Frank was like, yeah, it's just a knock. He'll be back in a couple weeks. So, I expect him to da. And now it's like he's not even training on grass. He had a surgery. Like it was like this whole thing. So it's not. I'm not going to put all that on the manager's fault, because at the end of the day, the manager just wants to win. But the medical staff, and we fired half our medical staff with Ange. So that just is an answer in and of itself.
All right, next game. Let's see.
Yeah. Honestly, you're not gonna hear too much from me until next week for sure. Keep my words on my banter to a minimal right now. But yeah, next week we're gonna see. We're gonna see how nice Caicedo is.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
curious. Watch him score a banger, because that's all he scores is bangers. But yeah, I mean, 2-2. That's my final.
Who does United play again?
Nottingham Forest. Sean
You
Dyche.
guys are gonna lose that game for sure.
Oh shit.
1-0 Forest.
And you're playing away? Yeah, I'm thinking
1-0 Forest.
Yeah, honestly, I'm probably gonna say 2-0. I feel like no, I'm serious. I feel like you're gonna give away a penalty. Maybe
I'll do 3-0. I'm just joking.
All right.
No. I'm don't put 3-0 for me. I think it'll be. I think you guys struggle against defensive teams like that, like the Giants of Grimsby Town. I mean, like
Grimsby. They want to play you every week, bro. They want to play you every week.
I'm getting
3 in a row.
battered. I need
3 in a row.
hit out.
3 in a
Dan
row.
Marino was trying to play you after that, bro. That's crazy.
Wait, what would you say, Potts? You said 2-0?
I said 2-0.
1-0.
You said 1-0. You said 2-0. Okay. Well,
I'll go 1-1.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think, Brad? I want to hear you.
I'm saying 3-1.
3-1.
3-1 Forest.
No, 3-1 United, guys.
No, my bad.
You
Guys.
gotta staple who we're claiming here on these predictions.
3-1 United. Okay.
Okay.
Come on.
Go on.
Nick, you said one more time, please.
Oh, 1-1.
What was your prediction? 1-1. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Liverpool Villa. How we feeling?
The villains.
Good. So the craziest thing is we're 4 losses in a row, 5 of the last 6, and we are now going into our tough schedule. Like it is the worst.
But you are home though. You are home this year. I mean this game. So I feel like that might help. I feel like most of your losses have happened away.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just overall not. It doesn't give me a lot of hope, right? They didn't just get a lucky win against City. They played well against City, and so that game, watching that, I was like, oh, great, this is giving them some confidence. And after the game, they're all like the team stood next to the fans and they're all like screaming and hyping themselves up, and I was like, great. Vibes are high. Love seeing this. My head says I'm not going to say what my head. I have to go with my heart, dude. I have to support the team. 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
Well, I got double 2-2.
I got 1-1. I don't know why. I just feel like Villa is actually on a good streak at the moment. But they did have an injury. They did just get an injury. So I don't know.
I don't think Liverpool will lose twice in a row at home. I think they're going to take it. I'm going to say 2-1 as well.
Dude, we lost.
I know we kind of skipped over this, but how do you feel about the keeper that stepped into Alisson's role? Like,
Really? I think Marmadashvili's fine, honestly. He's like when you look at the goals, like dude, it sucks. There's like these. I think Alisson's by far, in my opinion, the best one-on-one keeper. Like the insane amount of one-on-ones he blocks. Marmadashvili's put in that same position. You cannot I don't know. I don't feel too bad for him. I love how he claims crosses. His distribution, not as good as Alisson. It's not a big glaring issue, but these one-on-one situations, like he lets all of them in, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, why is the team putting him in that position? So I don't know if he's the biggest problem. I like big keepers. It sounds weird, and he is a giant. So a part of me is just like I like seeing him in goal. It's like Courtois when you see Courtois on goal, and Courtois and what's his name, Donnarumma. It's just like Donnarumma. He's intimidating just when he's standing there. So
Alisson's the best keeper in the world, in my opinion. So any other keeper is going to be.
It's not going to come up to that.
He's not going to keep up with
standard.
Him, so.
Yeah,
but
that's fair. That's a fair shout for sure.
His distribution is crazy, and his shot stopping is like whoa. I mean, Courtois obviously is a great shot stopper, but I don't think his distribution is as good as Alisson. And this bro scores headers and stuff too. And gives assists. What the hell is going on? That
moment was insane. Probably one of the goosebumps, bro. That was insane.
Well, that's all, folks. Thank you for coming to yet another informed session. We'll be back next week, so don't forget to tune in. I'm your host. They call me Marcus. We got Potts to the right, repping Big Blue, Bonnie Blue. We got,
we need that OnlyFans sponsor on our jersey. We don't got a sponsor.
we got Wrath on the beat over there. 3 games on the bounce. Red Devils, you know what it is. Nikki 2 Strikes, aka Steve-O. 4
Thoughts
games.
Thoughts and prayers.
T's and P's to my boy. He's going through it. But yeah, man, it's been another great session. Until next week.